Call Haloyam, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakaha, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who we learn from. Shalom to the hopeful elect preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Unto the speckled birds who we know on this side of the hemisphere as the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Shalom to you sisters and to you ribs, learning in silence and staying in order. Right, I just saw this video here. There's been a lot of so-called UFO videos out, we really can't tell which one is Esau made, which one's Blue Beam, and which one's real. This one was interesting to me because it appears that it's a telescoped view of a so-called UFO on the moon. Now, we can't always go off what we see in videos. It's easy to doctor things in, but I think it's a good, it's really nice watching the chariots, or what appears to be the chariots of the Most High, being talked about widely, more and more. These are the vehicles, the chariots in which, the hopeful elect and the 1/3 will have the luxury of being a passenger of at the time of the second death. I mean, that thing looks pretty big. If I was to guess, that has to be the size of a city at least, or a town. That could house easily, right there. That could easily house at least 100,000 people in that thing. This is Psalm 68:17. The chariots of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Right? So the Lord is going to dwell with the angels, man. The Lord is dwelling with the angels. And there's thousands upon, there's more than 20,000, right? But just to grab the scope of, imagine having 20,000 cities in the sky. This is the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. Right? They've seen these things in movies, they've seen videos, but the manner in which the elect and the 1/3 will be redeemed will be strange. It'll be strange, man. The nations are going to fear and immediately lose hope. They're going to run to their gods. They can't save them. When you see these big vessels, man, and better to see the vessels than to see apparitions, right? Verse 3, and they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision. Right? A lot of the scoffers, the mockers, the oppressors, murderers, the thieves that did these things to our people, gonna say these things within themselves. From the top, verse 3, and they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach. Verse 4, we fools accounted his life for madness. Right? When they see the brothers out there teaching in the long garments, right, in the sackcloths, the long beards, no line up, they're not clean shaven, showing our receding hairlines and, preaching in the rain. That's what they're gonna say to themselves. Right? It says, we fools accounted his life for madness. Like, who are these mad people dressed in these robes in the rain, in the middle of January? Right? So in his end to be without honor, right? Because here, money's respected. They say they said money talks, right? And broke people walk. I mean, something to that effect. I butchered that, but pretty much like if you're just a nobody, a broke person, you're not even respected amongst peers. You're considered a hobo, right? But people are gonna be, people are gonna be confounded because they're gonna want to pay all the riches that they gain on this earth to be on that vessel, right? But you can't buy your way in this thing, right? Only through spiritual, and faith acts according to the scriptures, right? It says verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, right? Right, but they're gonna say God because a lot of them don't know the real name, but some of them do, and eventually they all know. It says, how is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints, right? That's why we can't go off of face value, man. We can't go off appearances. That's why I look at these chariot videos as well, and with speculation, I don't know if they're doctor or not, but it is definitely a faith booster because we know they're out there, right? I'm not an engineer. I'm not any of that. But I could imagine that the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai not only, dreadful, fearful, but also a magnificent sight to see, man. Something of masterful engineering. Like, this is a video of the so-called moon, man. Look at the size of the craters. Right, and it looks like these red lights coming from nowhere. I don't know if it's producing lightning or what it is, but what a sight to see, man. I forgot the name of that. There was a female who constantly puts up videos like this, man, through a telescope. Sight to see. I don't even know whose page this is. This is on the gram. I'm about to click it, so don't judge me if you see something insightful. But it says the page here is the UFO God, right? I'm not subscribed. Obviously, it says subscribe, but I'm not. So I don't know what's in there. So a bunch of stuff, right?
Wincanton to Mia area. We noticed there's lights in the sky at about 5 o'clock on Halloween 2020. Now, I thought it looks like, from a naked eye, lots of little dots, little lights, whereas my girlfriend thought it was just one solid beam.
That
As
looks
you can
like a
see, it's
legit
just hovering
video.
there in the sky. and then so
I'm
we
not an
got this
expert.
footage, but then very quickly it just disappeared. If anyone's got any explanation as to what it is, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a UFO.
That is weird.
I know I saw what I saw, but
100%.
listen, that's
There's a few of them.
Weird.
that's
That
nothing
ain't
I've
coming
ever
from.
seen.
That ain't
Never.
coming from no thing.
I don't see any
That
beam
ain't
coming
no,
from the
there's no
ground
beam
up.
coming from the ground up.
That's
That is weird. That is weird. Like, we have a UFO sighting. We have a UFO.
That you and your colleagues will be able to get into the classified skiff room to look at the UAP documents that you've been trying to get. You had this exchange with whistleblower David Grush about getting into the skiff back in July. Let's take a listen.
Can you give me the names and titles of the people with direct firsthand knowledge and access to some of this crash retrieval, some of these crash retrieval programs, and maybe which facilities, military bases that the recovered material would be in?
I can't discuss that publicly, but I did provide that information both to the intel committees and the inspector general.
And we could get that in the skiff if we were allowed to get in a skiff with you. Would that be probably what you would think?
Sure, if you had the appropriate accesses, yeah.
All right, so now you got the access, right?
Right. So now they're starting to come out with it because they can't ignore some of these things. Too many phone calls, too many phone recordings, right? Now the reason why I speculate, some could be man engineered as far as the spectacle goes, because we got Project Bluebeam and things of that nature. And with that they could take away laws and rights and take more money from the people. But we do know for a fact and emphatically that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has chariots. So nonetheless, man, it still will be considered a faith booster either way. That's what appears to look like an airplane. It looks like an airplane took this shot. Zechariah 5:2. And he answered unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. Right? And a flying roll, it's more like a dinner roll. You know how it's like flat, and round? He was describing it in the best way that he could with the with the things that that he could compare it to in life. Right? It says, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. Right? And by cut off, it means be killed. Right? This is the curse that's gonna put people to death, man. Right? For every deed that you done, man. For every idle word. For every scoff. For every denying of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and his existence and his power and his presence in the earth. For all the evil acts you done to his people, his children, the brothers and sisters and children's. Right? This is the curse that goes throughout the whole earth to judge the nations according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's will. Call hello, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.